Today I will be talking about diatonism, diatonic harmony, diatonic. You know, actually everything can be called diatonic, and like the chords, intervals. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I know you will be asking like, Anahit, so what is diatonic? What is it? Well, actually, it translates to two tones. However, I'm not sure how it's related to the topic actually, because we just say diatonic to everything that is belonging to the scale and not the alterated notes of the scale. I'll explain. Okay, let's say we are making our major scale. Yeah, it's the D. Let's start with D. Mm. We have our hold on, half tone. And if you don't remember how we do the scales, and the modes actually, no, it was the mods one. Go check that video so you know. If you don't know, I don't want to hear anything else. So basically, anything that I would create in this particular scale and not changing any of the notes, it will be called diatonic. It doesn't matter if it will be, let's say, triad, that I will get the D, F sharp, and the A. It doesn't matter, it will be like seventh, we did D, F sharp, A, and C sharp. And I don't know, maybe sixth, again, it will be called diatonic chord, diatonic to this scale. I don't know, tetrachord, again, it will be in the diatonic scale. So, whenever you start to make chords, diatonic chords on your diatonic scale, you realize something very much interesting. The chord, for example, that you play on your first step, meaning that the root is the first step, for example, in this case, is major seventh chord. And the same you'll probably notice playing a chord on your fourth note. It will be major seventh in the major scale. The ones you play on the second, third, and the sixth will be minor chords. You know? And the one on the fifth is dominant. Duh, it's the fifth. It's dominant. If you don't know, the dominant, the fifth, we call dominanta. The fourth one we call actually subdominanta. Subdominant is before dominant. Anyways, it's interesting so much. The tonic, tonic. Okay, yeah. And mediant, no. And on the seventh one, we get this beautifulness. Oh, it's the half diminished chord. If you don't remember how it's being written, look. We have this one, right? I said major, and the Studio One also says major. If you don't believe me, believe Studio One at least. But if you don't believe it too, you can check the notes. You remember the intervals, right? We said, for example, this every cell is like a half tone, and this is D. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cells is like a major third. 1, 2, 3 is minor third. If you were not understanding what I was just saying, it might be because you didn't watch the intervals. I mean, if you probably don't know the intervals, it's important to know the intervals. Go check intervals, okay? I'm not going to explain everything in every video. This is no. Why are you still here? Go check it. I mean, if you didn't, if you know it, then it's the other. I mean, I can continue if you know it. If no, go. We will wait here. Okay, now that he's gone, let's continue. And yeah, I'm sure it's a he. Of course, it's a he. Girls are very responsible for. Okay, I actually highly advise you to do this analysis. Let's say in let's say all the scales you know. Okay, if you want to do in a minor scale, for example, actually we can no, we don't have that much time to do in the minor scale as well. But I have another thing that I want to point out. If you remember from one of the videos, I'm not sure which one was that, we kind of made the chords from the modes. And if you have a good logic, you would probably think, wait, so does this mean that I can create modes, different modes from every step? Yes. Genius. Obviously, the one on the first will be Ionian, the major scale, the major mode, the Ionian mode, right? And it was major 7th chord. Exactly. If we will think that we have mode from this step, the second step, the E in this case, so I will bring this one higher. So we have so-called scale and the mode in this case. It will be Dorian because we have whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone. Or if you remember, I said the sixth one being raised as like a minor scale, but the sixth one is being raised. You know? Okay. If you don't remember, it was the minor was whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone. In the end, the whole tone. Sorry. So we have whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone, because in the minor we had this. Yeah, whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone. Okay? But we raised the sixth one to make it Dorian. But we didn't raise it. It was like this. It was Dorian in our hands, in our major scale of the second step. No, in our major scale from the second step we had the Dorian scale. From the second step we had the Dorian. From the Dorian. You got the point. By with the same logic, we are going to get a Phrygian mode from the third step of our major scale. And if you are going to ask, like, oh, but weren't these both already like a minor chords? Why are they having different names of modes? What do you mean? In the Dorian, we have the sixth one that is getting lower. And the Phrygian one, we have the second one that is getting lower in half tone. You see why you don't make sense? Because they are not included in the third, fifth, or the seventh of the chord. The third, fifth of the fifth and the seventh both make minor. From the fourth step of our major scale, you'll get Lydian. Look, it's Lydian. Whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone. Meaning it was the major, but the fourth decided to go half tone up. Look, if I'll bring this down, we will get normal major scale, but this guy says, okay, no, we will make this different. Opa. And it's Lydian now. Another freaky major that decided to change everything. So this was the fifth one. On the fifth one that we made dominant chord, we are getting a mixolydian. And usually the mixolydians are dominant. No, dominant chords are usually mixolydians. We have the seventh one lowered. If it was like this, it would be normal major, but no. When we get the sixth step, we get our cleanest form of minors. It's the Aeolian, meaning whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone. Look how clean minorness. Oh. And yes, again, definitely, it was minor chord on this step. And from the 7th, we get our creepy, very, very creepy mode, which I absolutely love. And the chord that it gets us, which is absolutely beautiful, the most beautiful chord in the world, the half diminished one. Oh. So we get the Locrian, okay? If you see half tone here, it says I'm Locrian. It should be or Locrian or Phrygian if you see this one, the half tone in the first. But then you look and it's like, wait, what is this? What is this? It has the audacity to lower the 5th of the minor. That you know how it sounds so different, because well, it is. So again, if you didn't understand any of this and you were like thinking, what is going on, what is she talking about, I beg you, please go check other videos to understand, okay? And if you still didn't understand and you're like, oh, one hit, but I didn't understand this, my advice to you then would be not lie, okay? Don't lie. That's not. Just go. I'm going to go again because I'm late again, and have got something in life, and leave some comments saying what do you think, and I will go. Bye. I don't know why I'm singing. Okay. And don't forget to check your other modes and chords in other scales. That's homework.